Hello viewers, you are welcome to Saliwal Production. We're still on our series of practical video tutorial lessons on mobile app development. In our previous lessons, we created very wonderful apps. In our first lesson, we created an app that could change the button color and then also welcome its users. Our second lesson, we created an app that has a picture of a cat. And when you click on the picture of the cat starts to scream. If you haven't seen the videos to the previous lessons we had, just scroll down to the description below. I have provided links to those videos over there. Now, let's get into today's lesson. In this lesson, we are going to create a very practical app, an app that is going to serve as a personal assistant to you. The app we are going to create in this lesson will be able to read whatever information you type on your phone, and it would also be able to translate what you type on your phone in English into any other language you set for the app. But for the purpose of this tutorial, we are going to limit the language to Arabic. So we are going to create an app that can read whatever you type in English and also translate it into Arabic. Now, let's dive into the lesson. Launch your browser and log on to Tankables.com. I believe by now you should be familiar with the Tankables app creation environment. So after logging onto the Tankables platform, you are taken to the Tankables project page. Now on the project page, click on Create New App. Now the Create New Project window appears. So here you enter the name you want to give to the app. So this app, we are going to name it Read and Translate App. So you type Read and Translate App. And click on Create. So when you click on Create, it takes you to the App Designer page. Now on the App Designer page, that is where you have the environment to build and create your app. Now here we are going to design the app. The app we are going to create is going to be named Read and Translate App. That means that we are going to use components that would allow us to type information into it. So we are going to make use of the text input component. So you go to the Add Components section and search for text input components, which is here. So you click and drag it onto the screen. Good. So we need two of that. So we click and drag again onto the screen. So automatically it has been aligned to center. So we click on screen and change the alignment to top. So scroll down and change the vertical alignment to top. Good. So now the next component we are going to use in this app is the button component. So we scroll up and search for the button, which is here. So we click, drag and drop it onto the screen. And with our app, we'll be using two of the buttons. So we click again and drag onto the screen. Good. So now you can see that because we have set the screen alignment to top, whatever component we drop onto the screen, it takes it up. Now let's rearrange the components to suit our app. So move the cursor to the component side here and then click on the button 2 and drop it under text input 2. Good. Then you click button 1 and drop it under text input 1. Good. The next thing we have to do is to resize this component to fit our app. So we start with the text input 2, this one. So you click on it. So we are going to change its name from text input 2 to typing area. This would make it easy for us to identify the text inputs when we go to the block session. So we said this is typing area. Good. The hint is going to alert the user of your app to know what to do. So we are going to leave the hint type here. That is an instruction for your user. Now what we need to do is to resize the text input area to fit the app. So let's scroll down to height. Click on this and select relative size. Enter 30%. So we are going to cover 30% of the screen. Good. So the height is 30%. With the width, we are going to select fill container so that it will cover the entire width of the screen. So we click on this angle and select fill container. Good. So you can see that it has covered the edges of the screen. Now scroll down and change the radius to 15. Good. So you can see that now we have a shape curved. So we are going to apply the same settings to the text input 1. So just click on the text input 1 to activate its properties. So we rename it to translation area. Okay. Now with the hint, we are going to change the hint to translated text. So we come to the height, click on it and select relative size and set the percentage to 30%. Good. Now with the width, so we click on this angle and select fill container. Good. So scroll down and then change the radius to 15. So we enter 15 and it sets our radius for us. Good. Okay, so now we are going to rename the button to fit the action we want our users to take. Now button 2 will be renamed to read, so that when you click on the button, the app will start to read whatever you type here. So move your cursor to text and then change it to read. Good. Now we go to button 1 and change the text to translate. Good. Now the next thing we need to do is to redesign their position. You can see that the typing area is attached to the top side of the screen. So we need to create some space up there. So scroll down, margin and padding. We are going to set the margin to the top to 15 pixels. Good. You can see that it has pushed it down to create some space here. Good. Now what we have to do next is to change the screen color. Now you can see that the whole screen is colored white. So let's change the screen color. Click on the screen up here and then click on background color here and select this color here. Good. So now we are going to use this color for our app. So let's change the name of the button so that we will be able to identify the buttons at the block session. So this is the read button. So we just type read. Then you click on translate. So we rename this button to translate. Good. Now, the other components that are necessary for the app to be able to read and translate any text you input onto it is the text-to-speech component and the translator component. So move your cursor to the component section, scroll down and locate text-to-speech component. Click on it and drag it onto the screen. Now go back to the component section, scroll down and locate the translator component. Click and drag it onto the screen. Good. Now let's customize the components. Now on the properties section of the translator component, you can see that we have source language. Now with the source language, you are going to select the language you are going to use to enter the text onto the app. And for the purpose of this video, we are going to maintain English. So we are going to enter the text in English. And our target language is Arabic. So we click on this box here and select Arabic. So our text will be translated from English to Arabic. Now we have finished with designing the interface of the app. So let's go to the block section and then tell the app what to do. So click on the block here. Good. Now we are going to program our read button. Now click on the read button and select when the read button clicks. So we have when read clicks. So click on it and drag it onto the space. Good. So now when the read button clicks, what action should it perform? So now you click on the text to speech component and select in text to speech 1 call speak. So you click it and place it onto this opening here. Good. Now click on the typing area and select from typing area get text. So you click on this and then you truncate here. Good. So this little construction that we have done, it means that when the read button clicks, in the text to speech 1 call speak to speak the text from the typing area. So whatever you type in the typing area will be read by your phone when you click on the read button. Now let's program our translation area. So click on translate and select when translate clicks. When translate clicks, click on it, drag it onto the space here. What action do you want it to perform? So now go back to the functions, click on translator 1 and select in translator 1 call translates. Drag it and drop it onto the opening here. Good. So now we want to set our app to respond to when the user clicks on the translate. It should get the text from the text input area and translate it into the language we want. So we go back and click on typing area and select from typing area get text, this one. So click and drop it into this portion here. Good. Now what we've set our app to do is when you click on the translate, in the translator, it will call the translator to translate the information you have typed into your typing area and get a text to set the result. So it is going to depend on what you type into the typing area. So after getting the results, what should it do? So you want it to display the results onto the translation area. So you go and click on translation area, and then you select from translation area set text. So you click on that and drop it here. Good. So now you have stated that when you click on the translate button in the translator, call translate to translate the text from the typing area, and the output would become the results. But after getting the results, you want it to be displayed in the translation area. So we are going to set the text to results. So what the translation area would pick is the results. So you click on the results here, and then you drag and drop it into this opening here. Good. So now you have set your translate button to be able to translate whatever you are going to type onto the translation area. And this is all you need to do for the programming of your app. So let's go back to the design. Now, from here, we can test our app. And remember, we have introduced you to the 3 means of testing our app. Don't worry, I am going to take you through all the 3. Now, the first one is that you can test the app directly on your computer screen. Click on the live test here. When you click on the live text app there, it opens this window. This window gives you the preview of your app. Now the app we've created is here. Now send your cursor to the typing area. Good. So in the typing area, we are going to type, in the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful. So now let's click on the read for the app to read the text there.
In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful.
Okay, again.
In the name of Allah, the most beneficent, the most merciful.
Good. So you can hear the app reading the text out for us. So now let's click on the translate for the app to translate the text in the typing area for us. Good. So it is translated in Arabic. Bismillahi ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Now let me take you through the second way of testing the app.
We can cut that part we don't want out. So grab your phone, go to Tankables, reduce it. Then you log in. Then you go to your projects. This is read and translate projects. So you go to the read and translate project, and then you type in the typing area, my mother is the best mother in the world. Great. So now you tap on read, and then the app would now read whatever you type in the typing area. Let's go.
My mother is the best mother in the world.
Great.
My mother is the best mother in the world.
Great.
My mother is the best mother in the world.
Okay, so now we are going to translate it into Arabic. So you click on translate, so it will translate whatever is here onto here into the Arabic language. So now let's go. Good. So you can see that it has translated it from English to Arabic, and this reads as Ummi Afdalu Ummu Fil Alam. So my mother is the best mother in the world. Great.
So you can also test the app by downloading the APK file of the app so that you can install it on your phone or share it with your friends to use your app. Now to do that, click on download app here and then select the operation system of your phone. If you are using an Android phone, you download Android app. You click on download Android app. And if you are using an Apple phone, you click on download iOS app. So now I am using Android phone, so I'll click on download Android app. Good. So it is giving us notification of preparing our download. So when the download is done, you can transfer the app from your computer to your phone and install it, and you can use it at all times in all situations. Viewers, I hope this video has been helpful. We've just been able to create a translator app for ourselves. It is easy for you to now learn Arabic if you have been able to create this app. You have a personal assistant that will translate English into Arabic for you. If you like the video and you find it helpful, be kind enough to click on the thumb to like our videos. Thank you very much for watching. See you on our next video. Bye bye.